person who is grabbing the land to execute a sale agreement will definitely get through with the immediate
because there'll be no encumbrance. There'll be no encumbrances.
Yes. No court order would list that when a recovery of possession is being carried out, that the property should be demolished immediately. No court order you will ever find that in. None whatsoever. But they have done so because the people will never be able to construct another home.
But Jim, Tova Hamilton said that herself and nationwide. She said that there was the order is an order of notice. It's not an order of destruction.
But I'm saying listen, you see, to destroy properties is within the remit.
No, I get you.
It is within the remit of the parish council under the Building Act. No court
Jim, I get
such an order to a normal civilian. And the parish council doesn't even need a court order because it has those administrative powers in relation to buildings that were erected unlawfully. I was able to declare that it was an unlawful exercise, and it was bolstered by the government because the government and its operatives.
How can you declare an activity unlawful when you have over 100 police personnel involved in that execution, Jim?
Well, the Prime Minister says that he's going to go toe to toe with people and prosecute them.
Hold on, Jim. 1 second. So come back to you. Teeth, sorry, Jim. I saw you a long time, Teeth. Sorry to not talk. My apologies, Teeth. My apologies. Morning, Teeth. What's up?
Yeah, I'm here.
Have you found anything from your research, sir?
In terms of which research?
The Coopers land deal situation.
No, you know, but somebody was on my program yesterday.
Yes.
With some very informative thing in terms of the police presence. They said that St. Mary. At St. Mary they had the demolition the other day where the people protested.
Chilani.
No man.
St. Thomas. Right.
Yeah.
So the person said she's from there. She's connected to that situation. And she said that what happened is that when the heavy duty equipment turned up, the men in the community, they stood in the way. So the equipment couldn't come. They couldn't. You know, you can't. It is illegal for you to drive over a person. You know.
Yes.
So they stand up in the way. They use their body and block the.
I don't think Mr. Brave though.
Yeah, but they did it and it worked.
Yes, but
that's why
them become I think Mr. Brave.
So that is why it seems as if that is why they went and took out the males early morning in Trelawney.
Okay.
So that's why they went and took out the males and detained them.
Because in a previous operation,
yes,
they were disturbed by the males.
Yes, the males.
So it's important now to take the males and put them in custody.
Right.
Father, hear the prayer we offer.
That's some serious things happening in Jamaica, you know. Serious things happening in Jamaica.
Can you imagine all those children who would have heard police banging and kicking down the doors with M16 rifles?
Good morning, Chris. Yes, we're saying that.
That means this matter was a well-oiled, organized.
Yeah, well organized, and it's difficult to say that the authorities have no knowledge of it.
We have been saying that from the get-go. It's a
lot of money is involved, man. Big money is involved.
And these police went to have breakfast at a nearby hotel.
It's difficult to believe that the authorities had no knowledge of this. Difficult, very difficult. With so many government, with the police involved in
At
such a
that
heavy
level.
way, at that level, it's difficult.
An helicopter hovering over the property.
Some people say no helicopter never was there. They never saw any helicopter, so I don't know.
Well, we heard that from the opposition candidate in the constituency. So he's supposed to know what he's saying.
But
So
you
it's
but
really
you know
difficult.
But you know the funny thing about all of this, guys, and I have to big up social media. You know, say all of this that's happening, there's no media house have conduct any detailed investigation in this. All of this that is happening, which is serious.
One second. Let me hear. One second.
Right to privacy is breached. Notwithstanding that there is private rights, there is a process and procedure to ensure that human dignity is always maintained. That is guaranteed by our Charter of Fundamental Rights. It would simply mean that when issues of right to privacy is breached, the security forces participation by the false imprisonment, the wrongful detention, these are matters that must be ventilated before the court so that this is not an exercise that can be repeated because it is lawless. Any conduct from the state that is not demonstrably justifiable in a free and democratic society means that it breaches the Constitution, and we must respect the Constitution in such a way that I am of the view that a restoration or a replacement or relocation exercise by the government is something that must be considered and must be done swiftly. We must understand that many of us are still suffering from the Melissa experience. To come and see my brothers and sisters be placed in tents during hurricane season is unacceptable, and I don't want that to be lost. This is not just about property rights. There are human rights, and every Jamaican, the least among us, deserves that. Right.
It's not only property rights. It's a human right matter.
Yes, but I would go further, Mr. Ingram, that those perpetrators should be handcuffed and taken into custody and trial dates being set. Just to deal with this matter as a humanitarian and civil proceeding matter, these are serious crimes that if you are found guilty, you could spend the rest of your life in jail, in prison. So I don't, if you're going to talk one way about civil proceeding and giving the people an opportunity, you have to hold the perpetrators accountable because it's going to continue island-wide.
No, where is the Prime Minister of Jamaica who just said the other day, a few days ago, that lawlessness going on in this country and it will not stop, and the police is gonna take mocha, he's gonna take action. Where is the same Prime Minister today? Where is that same Prime Minister today?
Well, the chairman of the...
Hold on, Jim. Come in, Jim. Come in, teach.
When you look at the NARA Act, you know, and see what the NARA Act is all about, you will see that there is a move for foreign investors to be occupying a lot of these, what we call prime.
Yes.
Because if you look at the zones, how they're going to zone it up, and whatever they're going to be earmarking for mega development. So you're going to have mega NARA is going to be doing housing through the private partnership, you know.
Yes.
But it is not the houses down our Westmoreland they're going to fix, you know. It is big housing schemes and big housing sales. That's what NARA is going to do.
15 million US and over.
Addressing right.
15 million and over.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the whole place is being mapped out, and Bobby last night would say they're not showing us the blueprint. They're not showing us, the Jamaican people, the blueprint. The blueprint is in hiding, but there is a blueprint. There because the whole island is being mapped out into zones. And where mega projects are going to be happening. Look here, Mr. Ingram, you know that maybe it's your area where you live that a mega project is to take place. You know, so although you have your land title though.
Yes.
You know, so although you have your land title.
Yes.
You can be removed. You can be relocated.
Yes.
You know that though?
Yes.
And
under the same tone and country something that Mr. Collins talked about this morning. Yeah, Mr. Collins talked about it this morning.
Yeah, and the Land Acquisition Act.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
But it does.
So if they want your area, they zone off your community for a major project.
Yes.
NARA. Nothing you can't stop them so easy, you know, because NARA has a step in order. So NARA can step over everybody else and give you a forced relocation.
So hold on. But in the NARA,
right now is safe in Jamaica.
Hold on.
Whether you have land title, yes or no, you're not safe in Jamaica right now.
In the NARA Act, you have the minister reporting to the minister, who is the minister reporting to the minister, prime minister, and the minister report to cabinet, and the same minister is the head of cabinet, so.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but Teach, I am putting it to you that this will be a 9-day wonder too. They will be advancing into many more of these activities.
Well, I'll be here, Teach. I'll be here, Jim. I'm going to talk about this every day.
Well, I haven't heard illicit enrichment anymore. I haven't heard about the $1.44 billion in Hurricane Melissa fund. I haven't heard about the 1.5
because the other things are coming. Because the other things are coming so regularly. Yeah, so yes. Right.
So I can tell you, man. I can tell you that.
What? 1 second, Jim. You Blair? 1 second, Jim. You Blair, have you got in touch with that lady for me?
Yeah, yes, I sent her a message.
I sent her a message. See, my did she sleeping, but they have her up all night last night.
She hasn't responded. She hasn't responded yet. Cause she was up
they
all
have her
night.
up all night last night, man.
Yeah,
You just coming from Quissy. You just coming from Quissy that the policemen they went to a breakfast at the hotel nearby.
Yeah, man, I'm listening. I'm working, but I'm listening.
So they were well taken care of.
Yes, up to today.
Well organized operation.
Exactly.
Full support from the police. Full support from the police forces.
Coming from I up. No doubt. I hope.
Let me tell you something.
But
if the government wasn't involved,
yes.
if the government wasn't involved in this operation, all the perpetrators would be nabbed in hours. All of them will be in custody.
Well, we listen to Mr. Cousins one more time.
Yeah. So to piggyback on what the leader said earlier, we have to focus on not only the legal. This is something that dates back to the days of colonialization. Focus on not only the legal issues, but the moral issues as well. But let's focus on the legal issues. In terms of the legal issues, a judgment was handed down in 2016. After the judgment was handed down, it was the right of the government to appeal to the Privy Council. The government did not appeal to the Privy Council, which left these residents exposed. In 2016, there was an incident at 85 and 85 and a half Red Hills Road, similar to this. The government invoked Section 4 of the Local Communities Amenities Improvement Act. That protection was also available to the government to do it here. There are several houses not yet destroyed, and the government must invoke Section 4 of the Local Communities Improvement Act, similar to what they did at Red Hills Road for these residents here. And it must be done forthwith. It is the only way to prevent a further demolition. The PNP administration in 2014 sought to acquire the land compulsory, and there was a caveat that was lodged against the title. So there may still be that caveat. It's still on the title. And therefore that caveat affects the transfer or dealing with the parcel of land. What we are witnessing here today is most inhumane. And the government cannot simply say that they are unable to assist the people. That is false, that is misleading, and that is not true. They have the tools available to them. The Local Community
Send me request, Jamaican Focus. Send me request.
Act was enacted in 1977 by Michael Manley because he foresaw circumstances like this. And I am calling on the government to immediately invoke that act to protect the residents that are to be impacted by demolition. And for those already impacted by demolition, a tent is not the solution. In fact, these tents appear to be the tents that were donated by the Japanese government for the people for Hurricane Melissa. Who needs it? Many of whom are still exposed to the elements. Any government that cares about the people would have been here already. And they'll run and come because the opposition is here. But I'm calling on all well-thinking Jamaicans to think carefully about what do you want for the future of this country. There is a distinction between one party and another party. And we're not necessarily supporting illegality. But one must remember that the issue of landlessness is something that dates back to the days of colonialization. And not every Jamaican is so lucky or so fortunate to be born in a family that has abundance of land that they can live on and farm. And so it is most inhumane. The member of parliament saying that she does not know or did not know is not sufficient. Elements of the state were involved in this demolition exercise. It is clear that the state was involved and the state must remedy the situation immediately. And those are my comments for now.
It is scandalous. Jamaican Focus, have you found anything for me?
No, I was a bit busy. I'm just joining about the conversation. But I saw a video of persons who were seeming to be disgruntled that the opposition was touring the area and advising people. Persons in the community seemed disgruntled that the opposition did not come and give them handouts. Now I want for anyone, if anyone can hear my and who is from that area, from the community, how long will you allow the personal needs and personal wants to basically cover everything else? You don't see that you wanting personal things and wanting personal benefits is not going to help the community. You don't see that? We need to wise up. We need to wise up And we need to stop us looking for handouts every time there's a disaster.
Wow.
Wise up. Because I cannot farmer it. I don't even know what words to put. I cannot understand that how is it that the opposition is coming here and telling you what the laws of the country, what are the laws that are there that can possibly protect you, but you're there sitting and focusing on what all the opposition didn't come and give you anything.
And we know where that's coming from. We know exactly where that's coming from.
Let me tell you something.
Crazy.
The government is getting away with a lot of unlawful activities. Look at SSL. Look at how many government entities were instructed to put money in SSL. The National Health Fund, $740,563. National Housing Trust, $238 million. Right? National Insurance Fund, $8,400,000. Jamaica Banana Industry Catastrophe Fund, $98,300. Jamaica Agricultural Society, $1 billion. Those monies are now in the pockets of politicians to live larger than life, to go and live in New York City or vacation in Dubai or Monaco, and they would live like stars. They and their children will never be broke again. Their lives have been changed forever, while Jamaicans have to live in extreme poverty and landlessness. And Jamaica will become a landlocked country very soon. And, SSL is just a 9-day wonder. That's done.
All right, teach. Take care.
When last have you heard anybody talk about SSL?
Yesterday.
A long time.
Yep.
Coming to you, Jim. Morning.
Morning. I heard people talk about SSL yesterday.
Okay, and what is happening?
I think they're talking about all of the various money that is involved, where they're involving, and all of things is coming out to the forefront in different.
The bottom line is the matter is in the court. And the court
and we're not seeing the flow of funds between SSL and Delta Capital.
Breaches. Hold on. The matter is in court for regulatory breaches, not fraudulent matters.
True.
Nothing that includes fraud.
True.
Regulatory breaches going nowhere. They will just pay a fine and that's it.
And the people
hold on. Station bill for $5 billion damage.
Hold on, Jim. When you say the matter is in court for regulatory breaches,
yes, like for breaches of the Financial Services Commission and so on.
FSC policy,
nothing to do with fraud and over $5
and nothing to
billion
do with recuperating the money back for the people that lost their billions of dollars.
And you're saying that nobody was charged for the fraud?
Nobody.
Mr. Ingram, sorry to cut you. Do you remember Nigel Clark did said SSL is under tight security, everything it was insecure. Remember they break SSL and took away all the laptops with the information. So who is going to charge?
The computers.
And if you go to the National Land Agency,
all of the information gone.
Yes, and if you go to the National Land Agency to do a title search of SSL's office building that value over 300 million Jamaican dollars.
A gift was made.
Yes, it was transferred as a gift to a young lady who was a particular name.
Pop.
So we know that lady's name only catch onto the title because we know that the real owner is a top class politician and mega billionaire.
So SL is effectively don't own anything, right?
No. Zero.
No.
That's the plan.
And we're now seeing the leakages of SSL going into Delta Capital. That's another big one coming in. That's another big one coming because Delta Capital was formed with the same staff, the same settings, the same owners.
Morning. Sorry for intervening. The head of SSL is not before the court, but it's about an SSL matter. So the same company just solved.
That's what Jimmy pointed out.
That was stated, Dino. That was stated.
Yeah, that's what Jimmy pointed out.
SSL is not for SSL. SSL is for the new company. Which is with them operating without the regulations and proper registration.
Yep. Delta Capital.
So it's the same head, but it's not before the court on an SSL matter.
And the case is not about recuperating none of the money for the person that lost funds.
Nothing to do with SSL. The only person face charges is Ms. Manton.
Because one of the persons in Delta Capital, the court ruled that she should get back over 100 and interest. But up until today, she has not received 1 cent.
Morning, gentlemen.
Colin, morning, Colin. One second. Morning, Colin.
Morning, gentlemen.
No, hold on, Colin. Hold on. Tap Colin up top.
Morning, sorry. Oh, morning, sorry.
Calling up top. Morning. Calling up top. What's up?
Yeah, man. But there. The whole thing about what with the Trelawney situation is I don't want people to follow the breadcrumbs when you hear people are come out and that about say them no want legal help or why you didn't bring a can of water to KFC when you come blah blah blah.
Hey, we know, as I said before, we know exactly where they're coming from.
Exactly. So
going there.
Let's not follow and try to go down that thing. And I hear people say, "Oh, them never want the party."
You heard me sharing with you that a friend of mine like myself, he's a Labourite. And yesterday when I called the man said to me in Guam, what they had to do was to put the men in custody to neutralize the situation.
Right. Yeah. You see, so
that's what the man said to me, you know.
Yeah, man.
Big senior man like myself. He's supporter of the JLP. He said that the police had to put those men in custody to neutralize the situation.
Because you're expecting the person to react. So because you know the men will mean to react, you capture all the men that's kidnapping, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
so Dino, from a civilized human being to make an utterance like that. What exactly is coming from that situation, that person?
You know what is surprising to me, Ingram? All of the JLP people think alike.
Yes. Yes.
A cult.
They are programmed.
Yeah. This is how a cult works, you know. That's exactly how a cult works. Everybody thinks the same.
Yeah, you're indoctrinated.
Anyhow, Dino, I'm picking up this morning that there's a lady who was sick and had to go overseas. The address is somewhere in Beverly, neighbor of the PM.
Neighbor to the Prime Minister, is a relative of the owner of the land. Yeah, man.
Rather interesting.
Gentlemen, me come up for no dissect certain things to me and help me with it. I don't know.
Come in, Colin.
You guys are learning, guys.
Excuse me, continue the conversation, Dino. Dino, please answer the man for me when he talk. Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah. When we get now, they said the government lodged a caveat. I listened to him in the Shields a while ago. Said the government lodged a caveat against the owners from it moving the people and start to try to acquire the land in the courts. No, I don't know. How could the judge, dismiss that case for the government and pass it as try to promote the course of justice? I don't know how you guys
not this government though, Colin. Just to clarify, it was the portion
it was the previous government who made that filing, yes. Colin, not this government. This government has not cut.
I know that, Dino. I know that.
Yeah, but this government will continue with the case.
Eh?
They had the chance to appeal and they didn't.
No, but when we want to find out now, you know that. But what I want to batter my head with is how could a judge rule against the government trying to acquire lands and call it the government is trying to promote the course of justice. That's what the judge said. And the minister at the time sought an injunction, right? And up to now, they said the caveat is still there, but the judge dismissed the government case as trying to vote the course of justice. Me, I try to figure how that come about.
It's all about legal strategy. All the government had to do was to reappeal. If the court struck out this strategy, there are many other tools the government could have used to reappeal.
No, but under certain laws of the government, if the government needed land for housing development or for town expansion, no court can overrule them on that, you know.
That is where me I go, Dino. That is where me I go, Dino. How the court overrule the government? Tell me now.
I think also at the time there was a legal battle, not including the government, but between private persons with the same land as well. When the government, during the time when the government was trying to ascertain the land to save the people and to live on the land.
No, Jamaica. Then also the judge ruled that the people who live on the land must pay the landowner, which is what their name.
Because they were selling, they were claiming. So
yeah, because New Falmouth with 99 residents of the community, and the community residents lost. Yes.
$50,000 compensation.
Yes.
$50,000 each, you know. You can imagine that.
Remember, Colin, even though it looks away, the judge have to work with what the law said. So yes, the judge's ruling might seem a little away when it comes to on a human standpoint.
And what evidence is in front of them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying is, it's the strategy that the Portia Simpson Miller government tried. The court struck it down. It was the responsibility of the Nogo and the oldest government to try a new strategy to appeal again and to make sure that they automatically win so the people could get could legally find themselves into a community.
Yeah, but not only that too, the judge going to rule off a precedent. So it all depends on the precedent that have been set in other cases like this too.
Well on. So why in the Red Hills Road saga, the judge them never rule that way? When the government tried, this government go to court to get these people stay upon the land of Red Hills Road.
Because they used a different strategy, and obviously that strategy worked, but they didn't use that strategy for these people in Chilani.
What could I different whether you put a carrot and say, well, you want the land for development? Does that the government do?
Well, that's
acquire lands?
Well, Colin, that's a good point you're making.
Right, that's a good point.
But the government have no interest in Chilani.
Aye, no, you go. This government.
Dino, but that can be your defense. But Dino, that can be your defense. That means what you're saying, that means you're proving what Colin is saying is right.
That's what I'm saying. But there's a lot of matters could be there now. If you're going to the nitty-gritty, you might be trying to know who within the government is involved in this whole company or cut them against.
This is why they fail to identify who are the investors of, who are the shareholders of New Falmouth Resource Limited. That's why New Falmouth Resource Limited is now not buying with the companies because they don't want to reach who the owners are.
I was doing some research this morning. I'm never finished because I have business to take care of otherwise. And I was trying to find out if Philip Scott was involved in all this Chilani issue. Because I remember at one stage, Philip Scott was given another position in Jamaica to deal with some of these beachfront land by Darrell Vaggs when he was the minister in charge. And Philip Scott has been involved in a lot of things in Jamaica now. I'll hire you. Importation of the school buses and also overseeing beachfront lands and all these things, you know. So I was trying to research if he's a part of that Parliament because let me tell you something. These guys are doing every possible thing to enrich themselves tremendously. It's not about Jamaica or the people of Jamaica. I'm tired of saying it.
So what on it, Dino? Because
everybody know that.
the MP, listen to the MP. The MP said there was an order made, but it was not a demolition order from the court.
But the MPs are lied because the MP said she never know nothing at all. But then the guys who said demolition said she was notified over a month ago.
The demolition permit would have been issued by the local authority, not the court.
Right.
No, only the parish council or the court can do that, brother.
Aye. So the court issue an order, but them not go to the parish council enforce that order by the parish council.
Yeah, but you even hear the mayor say the same thing with the MP say.
Me say no know about it. Not brought to the council.
Yeah, him say no know about it. That
And
he
him
said
at
not to him.
the head of local government.
Right.
The municipal, head of the municipal.
In the municipal in that area.
Yeah, you know what I mean, in Achulan.
He's the chairman.
Him also say him not notified. So you said these people just go ahead. We can't understand it.
Yeah,
the Prime Minister, all of them who were denied say government no involved and they don't know nothing about it. The Prime Minister repost all of them on his page.
Yes.
From over to the mayor, all of them you repost them on his page. It's like the pig scream out so loud. Just say, me not involved, me don't know what to talk about. Me not involved.
Or could you be in charge of the entity responsible for issuing the permit to do such an act? And you are saying you are not aware of it, but in the same breath, defending the action.
So what will happen from here on? Because it's business for the Prime Minister and the government of Jamaica. What will change?
Jamaica has gone. The Prime Minister is a couple years ago trying to build, and we're going to finish it right now. Some building up in Cherry Garden for rental purpose. And the resident demonstrated saying that they might go and turn the place in a tenement.
I remember.
But hold on, Dino. The genesis of that is they did not get the architectural drawing or the permit for rental. It was supposed to be sale for condo and townhouse. You see? And in the middle of it, them decide to change it over to rental apartment. You see? When the community come out and lick out hard against it, the lawyer who was representing the Prime Minister at the time, who was who, Dino?
Oh, Billy?
No.
No, I think it's Ramford.